Helen Welling's reporting, well, bad luck really does come in threes if you're a Scientologist. First, the church was convicted today of fraud by a French court for harassing members to hand over large sums of money. Just hours later, a two-time Oscar winner quit the group, branding them cowards and liars. All that after the spokesman for Scientology walked out on a national television show. Here's Brian Seymour.
You were not there!
Is it true? Awareness is the problem.
The one man in the world who never believes he's mad is a madman.
It's a 1, 2, 3 punch plane, resulting in a very public crash for Scientology.
As described through Xenu and the Intergalactic Emperor. Is it true?
Shortly after this interview aired across America, the two-time Oscar-winning writer-director of Crash and Million Dollar Baby, Paul Haggis, quit Scientology after 35 years. Haggis cited abuses of human rights, cowardice and hypocrisy. He also slammed Scientology's policy of disconnection, where someone who leaves the fold is not allowed to communicate with those still inside, even if they're family. He says of Scientology's denials, "To see you lie so easily, I'm afraid I had to ask myself, what else are you lying about?" Haggis went on, saying he was horrified and dumbstruck by recent accusations of awful physical violence committed by Scientology's leader, David Miscavige.
He just walked up and he hit me on the side of the head.
I saw him attack him while he was sitting in a chair and hitting him upside the head, and then wrestling him around the neck and throwing him to the ground. I saw at least a dozen times this happen.
The church denies David Miscavige ever hit anyone.
Do you think David Miscavige should continue to be the figurehead of the Church of Scientology?
No. I'll just say it outright. I consider him to be a sociopath.
I think the man's stark staring mad.
This filmmaker who conquered Hollywood said he and his wife were also appalled by Scientology's anti-gay stance, and he's ashamed he didn't quit earlier.
No, Tommy, you saw it! No, listen to me! You were not there!
That famous meltdown on the BBC Panorama programme 2 years ago was Tommy Davis's finest hour. It turned out he had followed and harassed reporter John Sweeney until he lost it badly on camera. Today, though, it all caught up with Davis, who had his own mini meltdown on American television.
Do you believe that the galactic emperor called Xenu, who brought his people to Earth 75 million years ago and buried them in volcanoes?
Interviewer Martin Bashir asked Davis about Xenu, the galactic overlord.
And it is in violation of my religious beliefs to talk about them.
Understanding the origins of the human race as described through Xenu and the Intergalactic Emperor. Is it true?
Why would Tommy Davis walk out when the truth is out there? Here's the founder of Scientology, L. Ron Hubbard, a one-time science fiction writer, talking about Xenu, the galactic overlord.
And they had elected a fellow by the name of Xenu, could be spelled Xemu, to the supreme ruler.
If all that wasn't bad enough, overnight, a French court convicted Scientology of fraud. Perhaps the worst thing about all of this is that you are paying for it. You see, despite all the convictions, the horror stories from people who've left, the huge amounts of money they make, and these secretive and bizarre beliefs, Scientology is still considered a religion here, which means they don't pay any tax. Now, many former members are saying Scientology should not be getting a free ride, and so is federal MP Nick Xenophon.
Because I think there's a lot of community concern that an organisation such as Scientology gets the huge benefits of having a tax-exempt status as a religion.
I'm a Scientologist.
We may or may not be super beings, yet.
And we put links on our website for you to find out firsthand what those accusations are and the response we got today from Scientology. Coming up soon, the do's